This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
Let's talk about Marc Mero here for a minute. Marc Mero is going to defeat Farouk to become the Intercontinental title. A lot of people assumed the title tournament would crown Farouk as the IC champ for the return of Ahmed Johnson. But as we covered in the Farouk episode recently, that just wasn't to be. Do you think Marc Mero was ready for this IC spot?
I do not. I think that there was a part of all of us, and I'll say, especially my feeling was, I think Vince was waiting for Johnny B. Bad to come out, or at least that charisma that Johnny B. Bad possessed, and it wasn't possessed by Marc Mero.
Talk me through how you just sort of try things like this. If you think that, did you feel that way at the time, or is that just where you eventually landed on him?
Do I think that way as far as Marc Mero and Johnny B. Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, it's looked at kind of from the point of view of, well, maybe, a championship and boost him up. We'll get that charisma out of him. And I don't know that at that point you kind of go, well, shit, maybe that charisma was all the gimmick in Johnny B. Bad. I think hindsight being 2020, that's kind of where it landed. But you got to try things.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Because it doesn't work out doesn't mean it's not worth a try.
Yeah. Everything you're never going to know until you try. And sometimes I think probably the biggest frustration, throughout my entire career is not, a lot of times not being able to try things all the way through. And a lot of times we'll cut things short when it's the inkling, okay, this isn't working. Okay, but if you did 3 more things, would it have worked? Because you have turned it around. And that's all just left for conjecture.
Next up, we get Marc Mero pinning Goldust to retain the IC title in 11 minutes and 38 seconds. Meltzer would say Mero did a lot of good moves in this match, but the two didn't work together as well as you'd think. Goldust looked worse than usual. Mero did a Liger dive, flip plancha, and injured his left knee legitimately on the landing. At 8 minutes, Goldust got on the house mic and threatened to slip the tongue to everyone in the audience. Mero did a move where he was on the top rope facing the ring and then jumped out in reverse positions like a gymnast on the balance beam and then did a moonsault block. The ref was out of it and Perfect left the broadcast position to apparently referee. Helmsley then came out. Goldust went to attack Perfect from behind, but Perfect decked him. The officials then separated Helmsley and Perfect in the ring, and Mero used a blockbuster suplex and shooting star press for the pin. So 2 3/4 stars here. Boy, Meltzer just was not kind to Goldust at all. You watched this match back for the first time in 25 years. What'd you think of Mero and Goldust here?
Well, I thought that Goldust probably got more out of Mero than I think that anybody else had up until this point. I didn't think it was that bad. But
I don't think it was that bad either, but I don't think I was necessarily emotionally invested. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, I didn't really care.
That actually kind of paints it perfectly, because it's like, yeah, okay, but I didn't really care. That's the point. And it was Goldust out there struggling to get through the match and doing a good job of it, but just takes 2 to tango.
Yes, it does.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.